Whether you've been producing music for a while or just getting started, nothing could slow your momentum more than feeling like your music just isn't good enough. Hey, what's up? This is Ill Factor from beatacademy.com, and I've been producing music for a living for the past 19 years, and I've had the opportunity to work with some of today's biggest artists. And usually on this channel, I'm sharing music production tips and techniques to help you take your next step forward in producing your own music. But sometimes a lot of the lessons that I've learned in producing music for a living don't come from the technical aspects of music production, but more so from the experiences and the mindset and a lot of the mistakes that I've made along the way as well. So I want to share that with you in hopes to help you get over feeling like your music isn't good enough. Now, I can totally relate to this because at the very earlier stages of producing music, when I would feel like my music just wasn't good enough or it just didn't sound the way I really wanted to sound, I would just go into this fit of just depression and just lose all momentum and steam in wanting even to produce music. And so I totally can understand and relate to that feeling because I've been there not just once, but plenty of times. One thing I want to encourage you with is you are not alone. You see, sometimes we can feel like we're the only ones going through this valley of, man, I'm just not happy with the music that I'm making. Well, the reality is it's happening to every musician, every producer, every songwriter, every artist goes through this. Not just the beginners, but also the pros as well. And it's the ebbs and flows of just being an artist. That's just part of the package. But yet sometimes we can feel like we're going through it, but yet see people all around us being successful or portraying success. And then it's like, well, they must not be going through what I'm going through. They must have figured something out that I don't know. Therefore, you're feeling more guilt over that, when the reality is, no, everybody goes through this. So just be encouraged and take heart with this reality that you are not alone. People all over the world, from being a pro to a beginner, are still struggling with this. It's what we do when we encounter this roadblock that makes the difference. Because you can stay there and you can just sink there and lose all momentum, or you can just be encouraged with the reality that this is just part of the package. The next thing that really helped me kind of get over this was just taking a look back. And what I mean by that is, this is me going through some of my earlier work. So I would maybe load up some earlier beats, old files and things that when I first started making music. And then I would write down some of the improvements that I'd note. So for instance, if I brought up an old session and I would listen to it, I was like, wow, there was no direction, there was no arrangement, didn't even have a melody for the chorus, no balance in my mixes, all those things. I would write them down and I would take a look at that list, and because I'm able to actually notice that those were the things that were wrong, immediately those are things that I know I'm improving on because I can tell that that's what's missing. So if this makes any sense, you can now be able to detect what you thought at that time wasn't missing, that, you know, these are things that really needed to be focused on to go to where you're currently at now. So all this to say that you might not be where you want to be, but you are not where you used to be. And that should also be a very encouraging thing for you to take note of. So take a moment. If you're really stuck in this headspace, just take a moment to listen back to your earlier pieces of work and then write down some of the things that you've seen as a big improvement. Lock those things in, and maybe if it's just one thing, maybe saying, you know, I'm doing that, but I've only seen one big improvement. Well, guess what? You've grown, and that means that you're gonna need a little bit more practice to see more progression in your art. And that's just the reality. You see, as a musician, when you want to learn piano or violin, or you want to start picking things up and be good at it, it requires what? Practice. Just like anybody who wants to be a professional weightlifter, they also have to train and develop the muscles to lift heavier weights. And so the same principle applies. But sometimes as music producers or singer-songwriters or artists, we don't tend to view the production aspect as practice. We just see it as, well, why don't I sound good? Why isn't this coming along? Well, it takes practice. It takes 1,000 bad songs to come across that one really good one. So just keep at it and know that every moment that you spend making a track, building a beat, writing a song, that's a step in the right direction. It's when you completely stop, all in all, that you are actually not getting anywhere. I know that sounds super obvious, but in reality, it isn't. Remember, all these things are there. These are the answers already in your mind. The thing is, you just gotta have to be able to realize that with a little bit of encouragement. And I do that by just looking back, realizing that I'm not alone, and then having some accountability. Accountability, because sometimes you can be so laser beam focused that you might not even be able to tell the difference between where you started and where you're at now. And so having people around you that you could trust, that can point those things out, can be a really huge thing for you. And that's what could really be helpful in taking your next step forward as well. It's the reason why I'm investing so much of my time and my energy into Beat Academy. It's the platform that I've created, not just to provide courses that'll help you with your music production, songwriting, and everything that entails about producing your own music, but also creating a mentorship opportunity where I myself will mentor and pour into the members of Beat Academy, but also creating a community and accountability there where we can all really just come alongside each other and help each other view and see where growth is happening. And that's a big thing. So if you want more information about that, definitely visit beatacademy.com. Just enter your email there, and I'll be sure to just give you an email with more information about that and how to be a part of Beat Academy. Also, if you'd like to learn more practical steps on how to actually up your game and practice more on the production and technical stuff, then you definitely want to hit the like button and the subscribe button on this channel. And the reason for that is so that the algorithms in YouTube will remind you or just give you some more of the videos that I've got coming up in the near future and place them on your screen more often. So definitely hit the like button and also subscribe. That's going to be more so that you can stay up to date and in tune with what's going on in the near future. So if you'd like to see more videos like this, where I'm just sharing from my years of experience, usually from a lot of the mistakes and bad decisions that I've made, hopefully they will be helpful for you. Just let me know in the comment section below. So at the end of the day, here's what I want you to take away from this video. Know that everyone is experiencing what you're going through. And sometimes that alone is comfort to realize, okay, I just gotta break through this and keep on moving. And two, you might not be where you wanna be, but you're not where you used to be. Take a look back, write down some of the improvements, and then map out what you need to do to grow from here on out. And three, invest in yourself. Form some accountability. Have people around you that will pour into you that you can trust. Even if you're in a remote place and you could do this via online, do it, because it's going to be well worth the investment. Invest in yourself, continue to grow, whether it's through this channel or Beat Academy or any other channel. Just take the time to practice, invest in yourself, and keep on moving forward. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.